seconds delay.
I'm not gonna run the delay,
Oh,
but I
okay.
think
Well, you're on
there's enough.
Discord, so yeah.
Yeah, and there's enough people here to keep everyone honest and make sure neither team is watching the stream, I think. So it's fine.
Okay. Okay. Yeah, I didn't hear Anya say anything about the Discord side of things, but I was
Yeah,
asking
it's
her
easier to
about
monitor.
yeah.
Yeah. And I think like both teams, they're like good, honest people. They're not people who stream
Yeah.
watch.
Yeah. I think in the announcement channel there was the bracket as well, right? This is Gudu versus Cuckoo. Quarterfinals match 2. Just put that on screen as well for folks to see. There it is. Quarterfinals, best of 5. We are getting in it actually now. Last day we saw BB versus that's Baby Bears versus TVH. I actually don't know what TVH stands for, but two Vietnamese teams. They were top 1 and 2 of the groups, and they were said to be two of the top playing teams here for Vietnam, the Viet community. So if you missed that, you should go over to Chao Chu's stream, and things are posted in the Discord, the tournament Discord. If you don't know what I'm talking about, you could go ahead and comment in the YouTube comments here. We'll try to get it to you, or just head over to any of the Chinese or Vietnamese communities and ask around, or yeah, I'm sure someone will give it to you. And then let's see. Today we'll be watching match number 2. This is Cuckoo versus Gudu. Cuckoo, a Chinese team, one of the top Chinese teams. Gudu is another Vietnamese team, as far as I know. And they will be playing tonight in a best of 5. We've got all the bands in, so let me just jump over to that now. What are the bands looking like right now?
Like pretty standard bans. On the blue side, they banned Florentino and Zip, and then on the red side, banning Thorn and AOV. This is a global ban pick, best of 5. We'll see if teams choose to use all the strong heroes early on or just space it out across the matches.
Yeah, super duper exciting. It is exactly like AWC. And the first pick over here, strong pick, Irie coming through. I was just playing a ranked match against an Irie. At first I was wiping her, and then, afterwards I was like, what happened? I just melted. So yeah, Irie definitely someone to watch out for in the late game, I'm sure everyone here knows. It's up to Gudu to see Team Lonely on the red side to see how they're going to respond to this. 6 more seconds until their picks.
Yeah, I think Irie's a great first pick because she can be flexed into the jungle lane as well. So most likely blue team will take her to Slayer lane.
Alright, so the picks come through, Omen and Richter. What are your thoughts on those two?
It's interesting they picked Omen this early on, since they could choose to counter him. And usually Richter's a good pick in that he could be flexed. But with the Omen pick, I think it's pretty clear that Richter is going to be a support.
Yeah, they almost just put their cards on the table. The Slayer, it would have been up to Cuckoo to sort of show their hand, but now Cuckoo kind of knows, I don't want to put my Irie there. Maybe I want to put Amina in the Slayer lane. They can do that right here in these next 2 picks. And they also know we got a Richter, so maybe someone who can protect our own backlines. Maybe that's what they're thinking about. Earl and Lorian are going to be locked in here. Early game here balanced out. Both of these heroes very strong in the early game. Irie should have a lot of room to mature and get those gold that she needs.
That's right. I've noticed that Team Cuckoo likes to pick their mid lane hero during the first half of the draft, which is interesting. Some of the other teams like to wait and see what the comps look like before picking their mid laner.
Yeah, I mean, as a mid laner, I would love to be able to see what the other side has to offer before picking. And a lot of times it's about that support. You know, if I see a Richter on the other side, I don't want to be playing anybody who's not so mobile. Maybe they are fine after seeing Richter to choose the Lorien and then maybe hide their ADC choice instead. At the same time, there were some really nice ADCs out there, Hayate one of them, to be able to pick. And yeah, surprising that they didn't maybe go for that one. Although I would say Hayate, if they picked it, it would kind of go against the Ari pick. Both will be a little bit too late game, and I don't know. I'm gonna say that probably wouldn't have been great for them. Bans coming through now. It's Kira, it's Ilandor on the side of Cuckoo, and then on the side of Team Gudu, that's gonna be a Net and the Caphony banned out. Oh, an Alice after picking up Richter? I feel like they're just pulling our legs here. Okay, flipping through now to Ignis. Ignis into Lorien. Ignis into Lorien. What would you pick here into Lorien?
Maybe Ignis might be a response into Errol and Irie, and he's good against those warrior frontline heroes that can keep resetting his S1.
Yes, yes.
But it's tough without seeing the rest of the blue team's comp.
There we go, getting locked in here. That's the Ignis. Presumably Ignis and Richter having to synergize. Presumably that's what it is. Richter should be able to provide the initiation and Ignis the continuous CC. But they've got to be careful, because if they only grab, say, the Violets, okay, Violet choice here, very, we were expecting that into the Hayate. That's who they can really only go for. Because Lorien should be able to get out with his Dark Orbs. No problem. Rui here picked down as well. Should be able to get a lot of people out of that trouble and into safety if they do not have the burst damage to do anything about the CC'd victims. Meanwhile, Irie and Arrow, well, one of them, if they stagger their entrance, Team Gudu here could be in trouble. Final pick here. Jungling Batman? I think I like this Volkoth a little bit more than the Batman. Batman can only really go for Lorien and Violet, which is fine, but I feel like they're just maybe a little bit hard to catch. I don't know. Only 2 people to go for, really. Here we go. Final choice is gonna be Chi. Okay. So we're heading into the game. Is there any final comments you want to say, Snopey, about the compositions? Which side do you think is going to take this match number 1, game number 1?
Yeah, I think both sides have a nice balance of late game heroes as well as early game heroes to get them to survive. It'll be interesting to see if red teams, their mid and support is very strong early game in terms of invade. Though on the blue team, there is a Lorien there, also a very strong hero at level 2. So we'll see. I feel like Ignis is the strongest if he's able to successfully invade or disrupt the jungle at level 2. If he can't, then he really falls off.
That is for sure. Having Richter there, I feel like they can get that first lane clear. Hayate should be able to just go over into his own lane, pulling Violet towards that side as well. And after Ignis gets that first lane clear, maybe we'll be in for a very nice invade coming here from Gudu. I'm excited to see that. I'm excited. We have to see what these players decide to do. Just a couple seconds more till we get into this first match.
The Rui support pick's also a good counter to Omen's late game split pushing and denying his ability to apply too much lane pressure and diverting the team. we'll see how they position and decide to go. But I think, as you predicted, both ADCs headed to their respective lanes. It's interesting. Richter is not helping Avians to clear his first.
Uh-oh. They definitely were expecting so. You see Lorien definitely went in with the Dark Orb too. Oh. Hold on a second.
I wonder if he landed.
Did he leg out? He just kind of went underneath the tower.
Yeah, looks like it. He didn't use his disrupt out there.
Huh.
No pauses
very different
from the blue team.
Oh yeah. Okay, so no invade coming through, unfortunately. Because the Ignis wasn't able to get that first lane clear, and as the other side, it's the Rui, unfortunately, getting let go, basically. Okay, here we go. Jin coming through in the bush here. They do have his vision though, it knocked out a bit. There's the poke coming through, he's down to 3/4 health. Nice use of the punish there by Arrow. There's the second ability to just dodge things out. But Lorien, after all, he's got a lot of damage packed in there. Gonna be able to pick up that first blood. 4 members of Cuckoo coming down. Oh, and that cleave, that Bone Shaver almost connecting onto the cheat. Gotcha out here, continuing to just camp in that bush. Relentless. Now both sides are fighting for this Abyssal Dragon. Jin is coming out again. Let's engage onto the Arrow. Arrow's got that Ravage mode here. Here we go, Rampage. Moving through, here's the ultimate coming down onto Chi, landing and taking her away. Now she's in the back, chasing down Ignis. Meanwhile, Hayate is already up at the top side of the map. It's Irie down here as well. Omen left all the way up at the top. That was Rui's ultimate, transporting Irie all the way to the bottom fight. Power of Rui showing there. They successfully get the dragon and get also a 2-0 trade.
Yeah, 2k gold lead at 3 minutes.
Here we go. Here's the ultimate here coming down again from Rui. Transported back, and now 2 people come back through. Irie has to clear top lane though. And Omen's a little bit caught out. There's the punish coming down, and are they going to be able to catch him? Yes, that was enough. Slow. Gotcha out. Irie says first ability doesn't land. So that's probably it on the top lane over there. Meanwhile, they're pushing the middle tower just a little bit. Bone Shaver doesn't connect, so they're gonna have to back out. But here's Lorien continuing the pressure and poke down. Richter is able to just jump away though with that second ability. He's gonna back. This is gonna open up the map here for a bottom side push and perhaps a dragon. But actually, everyone's gonna go back to recover some HP. This dragon not going to be contested just yet.
Ultimate.
Bottom side of the map. Here's the Rui's ultimate coming down again. Irie ulting. It's out of there. Arctic Orb, first one used here of the game. Both sides playing quite carefully, I would say. There's Omen's ultimate capturing Earl. He jumps up, mistimed it just a little bit, and that chain is going to pull him all the way back to the position where he started. Abyssal Dragon bursted down quickly there. That's gonna be a lane swap coming over. Omen coming to deal with the bottom lane over here, giving Hayate some time to perhaps just not fight as much and farm up in the top lane. Here we go. Ultimate placed right inside that tower, ready for a tower dive. Earl is right in the back. Here's the huge Bone Shaver hitting onto 3 people. Lorian then coming out. Oh, but Gachao is here. Earl seems to have that anticipation. Successfully defusing that potential ambush would have been deadly here.
Yeah, I think Irie got the vision of champion there.
Nice. Well played there. Here we go, both mid tower and the top tower getting taken right now. Mid tower is gonna fall, Bone Shaver and Starry Night both connects. That was a great combo. Gonna take out Ignis right away. Bit of pause on this match.
Looks like Hayate looked like he was lagging out.
Looks like Hayate was lagging out. How is his gold right now? 3.5k compared to 5.4k on that Violet. How do we understand this scenario right now, Snopey?
Yeah, it's gonna be hard for Red Team to come back from this. Less than 7 minutes into the game, and the Blue Team has a 21-14 gold lead with their ADC very well farmed.
Definitely a tough situation. Is there anything that Red Team can do right now to perhaps get back in this game?
I think they just need to keep farming, use Ignis's fast wave clear to defend their towers, and let Hayate and Omen farm up to their late game.
The trouble is, for them, Irie on the other side had a really good time being able to mature her build. And I think that snowball might be a little bit too much. Lorian and Earl for sure provided tons of pressure. Also kudos to Rui moving the team around. Definitely brought Irie to every single fight that happened in the bottom lane. Meanwhile, on the other side, Omen feels a little bit too slow on the rotation there. But you can't really do anything about that. It's Rui just transporting Irie over. And as soon as Irie clears that lane, she's like, I'm good to go. Send me.
Yeah, Omen can't out-rotate the Rui ult. I think his best option is just to keep pushing lane and applying lane pressure.
Yes. Sometimes he's just going to have to tell his teammates, don't fight, let me split push, let me distract them. And then maybe we can make a play later on. But he chose to rotate most of the time, which then I guess couldn't exactly do that. Oh, here we go into the game in 1 second. Here we go. Rui just transported back the Lorian and Earl, who went deep under the second tier tower. And here is Gudu Bin. Saw him kind of just standing there, frozen. Perhaps unable to connect, or just noticing that Irie was gonna kill him anyway. Darkslayer's gonna get taken down really quickly here. Meanwhile, here's gonna be the ability 1, watch for it. There's a push, first ability now in, as well as the ultimate. Those two came down really quickly. That looked a lot faster than my ranked games. Like animation cancelling there. Fantastic. They're gonna be able to take down middle tower, no problem. But be getting knocked up here by Irie. It's gonna have to just back out to a safe position, and that's going to allow the entire blue team to continue to pressure this lane. And here is Bone Shaver coming down, almost killing Puppey. He's there bringing in 2 lanes at the same time. Go, another Bone Shaver coming down. Herald doesn't want to go back yet. Continue fighting. He finally backs out, but the Rui is going to have that ultimate for him to come back and push the core now, I think. Plus the middle lane also coming in, be able to take down another high ground tower here, no problem. So this core lane has fallen already, and then final lane is gonna come and take that maybe. Nope, they're just gonna continue to fight. Here's Arrow coming down, doesn't land on anybody. Should be able to clear this lane just fine though. And then now Earl is gonna go and hopefully bring in this final lane. Nope, they're gonna retreat now. Slightly unfortunate. They could have distributed one person to perhaps take in that bottom lane, and all 3 of these towers should have fallen. Okay, it's not too late now. Here's the ultimate from Hayate. And he's not gonna do too much. Lorian getting kicked up over there, uses the Rui ultimate to transport over to safety. Arrow dumps up, just zoning people away from defending the core. Violet is in the back, continuously just dealing in damage. Here's got Chao again, jumping in, trying to reach Violet, but that's not gonna be possible. This is looking like a set game here. Nothing else Team Kudu can do, and congratulations to Kuku. 10 minutes 05 seconds. Wrapping up game number 1. MVP goes to Susie on the Violet. 707. Definitely throughout that entire game, nobody was able to reach her.
Yeah, I think P-Boss also did an excellent job appealing for her and getting vision, which is tough to do with the Richter in the early game. But really, it was impressive how blue team controlled the river despite the strong early game composition of the red team.
That is right. That is absolutely right. We saw Lorian and Rui cautious to begin with. But immediately when they saw Jin on that Richter, not in the middle lane, they invited themselves in and they stayed there. Basically for the entirety of the game, and controlled that river. I think that was I think that was the crucial moment in the game, and it really set the pace.
Yeah, I think the Cuckoo team did an excellent job of aligning the waves during their second to last push and bringing 3 waves in concurrently. I think they recognized the fast lane clear of the red team composition and really split their efforts. I think a common mistake we see a lot of times in ranked games is that oftentimes teams get Slayer and they'll only push one lane in, or they'll let the waves go in during different times. And give the other team an opportunity to turn it around. But I think the Cuckoo team does a good job of controlling the waves and giving them that advantage.
Yes, for sure. Here we are ready for the second game to see what Kudu is going to what are they gonna do to come and win some of these matches. It's only game number 1, we're still early in the global bans and picks.
Blue team's turn to ban.
And now they have the blue side. Often people say they like the red side better. But you know, you get to pick people like the heroes like Ari here. You're first picking. I don't expect there to be too many variations in the first 4 bans. Probably just going with the meta bans, the regular stuff. Maybe we'll see an Ari band out from the red side, since they've used it and they want to continue their win streak / to just place some psychological, I guess, barrier for the enemy team. Might do that. Indeed, that does happen. Comes through, and now it's up to Gudu to see if maybe they want. Well, on my mind is Thorn. Is there any other first picks that you would think of, Snopey?
Thorn's a challenging first pick for a 5v5 since he's really he's a late game hero and he can be countered easily if picked first.
How about the Superman? We've seen Superman quite many times in this tournament series. It's quite a popular hero for these teams. I don't know if the Viet team really runs them, but when Superman does come out, sure is effective.
On the Cuckoo team, P-Boss has one of the Supermans on our server. Oh, you're right. They do go with the Thorn first pick.
They do go with the Thorn.
How Cuckoo takes.
What would you do to counter the Thorn? You said there were some counters for the viewers. Is there any strategy that you could enlighten us with?
Blue team's turn to pick.
Sorry, Snopey, if you're saying anything right now, I can't hear you.
Hey, can you hear me now?
Yes, yes.
Okay. Actually, I think it's really heroes that can deny him from farming and getting to his strong late game.
Is that more of a poke composition? Is that more of a burst composition? What does that look like exactly for you?
Yeah, I think it's it can be either. As really he's strong, but only after he farms up and gets his core items. Which I think with these strong these top tier teams they recognize, and they'll be careful and be sure to deny Thorn his farm. The one I think positive about picking Thorn on the blue side versus the red side is that it'll force the enemy jungler to start red side to gank Thorn's lane. And I know there's certain junglers that prefer the blue buff start.
That is
true. So
we'll
see what Cuckoo team decides to do.
Yes, that is exactly true, and I think for the viewers who don't exactly play tournament mode very often, blue side and red side is not really like you're ranked. You don't have you know, random map flipping. It's always that standard orientation. Top lane is the DS and then bottom lane is the abyssal. So for red side, they're always going to be blue buff on the abyssal lane. And that is what Snoopy was talking about. Thorn picked in the blue side here will force the red side jungler to have to start red and gank Thorn early.
Blue team's turn to ban.
Yenna could potentially be a flex pick here. Yenna inside that jungle could be an early game solution. But they do have other choices as well. I don't know if Butterfly would be a good one here. Both heroes won't need that blue buff right away.
Red team's turn to ban.
Talking a little bit about the bans here, it's going to be Matlock banned out for Team Cuckoo. And Annette looking like mostly support bans. That Annette ban makes a lot of sense to me. Annette's ultimate Hurricane Wall should be able to control where Raz and Kira wants to go. Limits them dramatically. Now, perhaps one more ban coming through. They might want to consider Slayer. They could consider a Slayer ban. Or yeah, okay. Blue Boo. Now, of course, I was operating already under the assumption that we might see Yenna in the jungle, but I guess that's my personal preference. Scud will be the jungler of choice here for Cuckoo. Very tanky jungler, but he's going to have to do something in the early game before Thorn gets his core items and chew through his tankiness. Scud as a jungle choice here, Snoopy. Do you have anything to comment about that? Are there any other better choices?
I think Scud's really strong right now. As you mentioned, he's incredibly tanky, and his people call him One Punch Man, and he can certainly, in the early to mid game, dive that Thorn. In late game, if they allow Thorn to get fed, he'll more serve as someone who can stall the back line while the rest of his teammates takes care of the enemy team. But it's interesting that the blue team has chose Grak as their support. I expected them to choose someone who could help protect Kira's jungle early game and to protect Thorn and Peel for him. The Grak's an interesting pick here.
And here, how about the Chognart getting covered? Personally, might think about a Lumber. Can jump forward, make the initial control onto Thorn for Scud and Yenna. Perhaps Calf need to rush in. Gonna be the Alice. So without anybody else, they're going to rely on the Scud to be the main tank on this team. Meanwhile, the Grak choice over here. Yes, indeed, that's going to be a tough one to be able to protect Thorn. He's slightly less mobile. Doesn't offer as many CC abilities to be able to protect the backline. Scud, Alice, Yenna, and Iggy all have abilities to cancel out Grak's ultimate as well. As long as they stagger their entrances, Grak would have a hard time protecting Thorn. But maybe with that Raz, Kira, Taichi, they might be looking at bringing out some aggression. From last game, they're gonna have to play a lot differently in order to speak fear to their opponents.
Now I wonder, P-Boss, the red team's Alice, he's famous for going with his ADC at level 1 with Disrupt and tower diving the enemy ADC and getting first blood. I wonder if the Cuckoo team will go with a similar strategy this game, or if Alice will protect his Scud from a potential Grack hook.
Wow.
Get ready.
A first level tower dive? That would be a sight to behold.
That's right. I think most of the ADC Conq mains have experienced the first the tower dive and giving the first blood up to P-Boss's Alice.
Interesting.
Grack has already used his hook.
Okay, so they're again opting out here for a slower lane clear in the middle lane and not as much aggression. Another missed hook over there. Meanwhile, Grack is going to get pushed down really low. Ooh, a nice engage over here. My Puppy pushes the Iggy right underneath the tower. Kira, excellent map awareness, is going to be able to pick up that first blood, no problem. Meanwhile, Scott in a little bit of trouble over here. Voodoo is gonna get 2 early game kills. That certainly feels nice. It would feel to me that those 2 kills felt more like mistakes coming over from Cuckoo's side.
It was definitely a good combo by Raz pushing the Iggy back under the tower, and good awareness from Kira's side to clean up the low HP Iggy. Right, we see Thorn getting his free farm bot lane.
Yes, those plays for sure opened up the free farms for Thorn in this in this bottom lane. That's gonna be crucial as the minutes drag on in this match. Our eyes will be glued on Thorn. Maybe 5 to 7 minutes in. There we go, another land onto the Iggy, and there's another gonna be a pushback here from Raz. He's always there. I don't know how he covered the ground so fast. That wasn't a flicker, it was just really good motion. Trying to thread his power surge through the minion wave there. Very ambitious. Meanwhile on the top side, that's going to be a solo kill coming through for Scud onto Tachi. And as well as a Kira kill on Yenna. A little punch there from Scud. Starting to hurt here. Scud Chow jumping through, trying to find the Alice. And again, Raz jumps into the backline, pushes people back into a really unfavorable position. Going to get
I think Cuckoo team's wishing they took the elephant this game.
Yeah. Too much CC from Puppy. We're definitely getting a lesson here on Raz. So all Raz mains, beware. This match, Gudu's has been excellent, avoiding any confrontation from Team Cuckoo. There we go, an ultimate finally missed by Puppy. On the top side is going to be Itachi. He gets a huge heal over there. Well, has lots of shields, but pulls out last minute with his full crescent moon over there. This match, Puppy really doesn't have anybody to fight him, you know, for that bush vision. And for him, this is a match made in heaven, I would imagine.
That's right. It's tough for support like Alice to get bush vision for her team. Now, Cuckoo's team does have Scud as a tank, so late game as we get into team fights, Scud can serve as that front line for the team, and Alice providing the speed up and the peel, which makes an excellent combo.
Arctic Gore gets forced out here by the Kira. And then we're gonna have another control here on Iggy, and Raz again is there to make the play. He's got most of the team fight participation. 6 out of 8. Scary amount. Kira not far behind too. I mean, actually is doing even better with 7 out of 8.
Look, Sky shows position.
Beautiful.
Legendary.
Finally going to put that Raz to rest. Tachi's job here is going to have to be stay relatively healthy and spot out Skyshow on this Yenna all the time. Because previously we said early game nobody really is fighting Raz for that bush vision. But once Skyshow is allowed to roam, all of that is going to change. Meanwhile, on the blue side of the map, that's going to be an invade coming through.
Scud's zoning out the blue team to allow Skyshow to take the top tower. And speaking of letting Skyshow roam, with the top tower taken down, we'll now see a lot more presence from Yenna going forward.
This should be an exciting turn for Cuckoo. Previously, Puppy has been instrumental in these early games. He's gonna make a nice trade here on Caphany. Meanwhile, Gudu Bin, he's gonna be playing a 1v2 in the middle lane. Neither side wanting to fully commit, so they're gonna back out of that one.
Susie, I think your team needs you. I see Susie, the MVP Violet from the other team on our stream now. They swapped him out with another player.
Oh, I see, okay. Swapped him out with Caphany here. This match definitely feels different from Cuckoo. I don't know if it's the composition, specifically the soft support here. Or if it's because of the player swap. Voodoo now 4 people, 5 people into the mid lane, takes out this middle lane, no problem. Scott is still trying to make that steal on the Skyshow. Sneakily takes a bite at Raz and takes him away for that as well. Meanwhile, Tachi here moving a little bit too far forward, is going to use this ultimate to back out. Here we go, still chasing through is the Scud, jumping around, knocks up the Kira. Alright, so able to get him killed. Gaisho jumping through with Yenna, just trying to hold on to Thorn as they try to pressure this extra couple of towers. Was almost close to making it a trade as well. Fantastic work. And Raz is gonna have to painstakingly check every single one of these bushes as he walks through. Finds the ally support. Blasts to retreat. And begins to poke her out. Quite a lot. Cuckoo's gonna summon the Great Dragon into the bottom lane. And the rest of the team from Lonely here are gonna move down to the bottom. Scott finds Tachi rotating through. It's going to help zone him out here a little bit. They don't have vision on Skyshow though, and here we go. He's jumping through. There's the spinning sickle. It does land, and they're gonna take out Thorn right away. Ember's Gaze comes down, dealing about half the amount of damage here onto Tachi. Tons of damage, and the rest of the warriors up front are gonna just finish that job. Meanwhile, Gachao, he's completely pushed out of position by Yenna. Oh, sorry, by Scud there. Jumping through. Oh, they do find the Iggy, and that's finally going to stop the siege from reaching beyond the high ground tower. Gold lead now is 3,000 for the red team. Cuckoo is in the lead, currently 1-0 in the games, and also leading this fight with 3k gold. Timeout getting called by Cuckoo.
While we wait, taking a look at the builds here, the Cuckoo's team, 3 of their players now built out magic defense, so it's going to be tougher for Raz and Kira to burst down the red team players now.
As those magic defense comes online, Raz's time will conclude, well as Kira still managed to find those picks onto Iggy. It feels like he's been on Iggy's business this whole game from minute 1. He's been picking on Iggy. I don't think there's a chance for Iggy to build any of these magic defense items though.
No, I think Iggy's just going to need to rely on his team to peel for him and to position strategically. But fortunately, with the Alice support late game, Alice is very strong at disengaging and poking and helping her team poke from a distance.
That's absolutely right. Gachao showed us some very sneaky moves. We're gonna have to see if we can continue to get past Alice here.
Alice is built half AP, so she's going to need to be careful about her position.
Kaisho finds another excellent ambush here. This time on the Kira and taking her half HP. Blue team also now has the vision. Red team moving towards the Slayer lane. Going to try to catch out to the Alice, but again with the Medallion of Troy here built, getting hard to just kill her. Meanwhile, Yenna using the Flicker 1 just teleports.
I think the blue team's gonna have nightmares of Skyshow's Yenna jumping out of the bush at them.
Yeah.
His camping positioning has been excellent all game.
Definitely. That looked like a teleportation skill. Here we go, Drake now summoned in that Slayer lane. Going to continue to push in that one lane over here, and I do expect Cuckoo to try to force an issue here, force a fight somewhere, mid lane or otherwise, and let Yenna be able to continue to carry that bottom lane over. Here we go. Someone's stuck inside the high ground, but it's just Scott, and he's gonna be alright.
A blue team tower has been destroyed.
Stay where you are.
They're going to get one middle tower out of that push, and perhaps another tower here if Scott can help it. Oh, meanwhile, here's the Caphne jumping through. The hook has come down, and the ultimate here from Tachi as well. He doesn't have enough time to get his unsealed. Meanwhile, again, it's all three lanes, and I think that's gonna be GG. No space for Team Gudu, Gudu to come back from. They had a great early game. I really think that the Raz was doing some great things, but at some point, all of that changed. And I think that was mainly because the Skyshow's ambushes, in my opinion. What's your thoughts on that one, Snopey?
That's right. I think Skyshow's the real MVP of this match here. He did an excellent job of ambushing, and if we see, even though the Thorn developed and had a lot of farm, he could never safely walk out and apply damage. I think he was always scared or getting bursted down by a Skyshow. And I think part of the challenge is that Grak is one of those supports that, I'm just making sure I get into the lobby, he's one of those supports that can't really protect his backline that well or get bush vision for his team. So it was really difficult for Thorn to deal out damage from a safe location. And with half the Cuckoo team building out magic defense, I think Kira and Raz's abilities later in the game was just tougher. They really needed their Thorn.
Yeah, they really were trying to buy time for the Thorn to come out. But unfortunately, they just didn't have that ability to do so. Skyshow was able to get the best of the enemy top laner and turn that fight around. Here we go into game number 3. This is going to be Cuckoo on the right, the left hand side. Blue team here playing against Gudu. Chinese versus Vietnamese community respectively.
Blue team's turn to ban.
In their game number 3, Conqs is up by 2. Fans are going to come through here.
Team's
Florentino
turn to
Irie
ban.
going to likely be AOV and Thorn.
I think they need to ban Zip.
Ban
Zip is
Zip.
still too strong to let out.
Zip it is. And then I have a feeling Superman is gonna come out. It's time to seal their victory with the Superman. They've been so great in the previous matches with the Superman. Slot number 3 here for Conqs.
Red team's
Oh.
turn to pick.
Let's secure that Hayate first. It's no problem. Don't want to get it banned out. Over the other team, I think.
This high
Pick.
could actually be a flex pick here. We've seen in a couple of earlier matches, Gaisho taking the Hayate Slayer lane, so we really don't know
Yeah.
for sure. I think based off of the composition, Cuckoo's team's going to decide what they'll play with this Hayate.
I also have a feeling that they may be forgotten that Voodoo, I think, did use Hayate already. Maybe they just got a little bit excited about being able to flex that. That they wanted to show it right away.
Red team's turn to pick.
Don't have a chance for that flex. Emily could go into the jungle, but a bit unlikely. I'd love to see it though. It's been working for them.
I think Skyshow's going to go Emily support. Oh, sorry. I think the P-Boss is going Emily support, I think.
Emily support. Wow. Looking like the difficult situation for the Vietnamese team.
Legendary.
It's hard. To say, I think it was overall great teamwork. I think the MVP goes to the coach who suggested the Hayate and Mina lane swap. I think it really helped them get that early game lead.
Yeah. Yeah, you know, that really made a huge difference. We saw Sky Show being able to roam so much in the early game. He definitely ended up making a lot of difference in some of these team fights. Take a look at the damage.
Advances us undefeated. Yeah, and
Undefeated.
so far no team has cracked how to beat them yet.
Wow, that's gonna set some standard for the upcoming games. Take a look at the bracket actually, shall we? It looks like Conqs advances, and did you get who advances from BB and TVH?
Yeah, TVH advanced yesterday with a 3-2 victory over Baby Bear.
Oh wow, that's a tight margin. Both very evenly matched teams. They were going to go against Conqs. That would be an exciting match to watch. Match number 7. Make sure you have it down on your calendars. We actually don't have a date for you, but you can be sure it's gonna be probably next Friday, Saturday or Sunday, I think. Yeah, because we're gonna be playing.
The next patch.
Sorry.
I heard the next patch is going live later. So it'll
Oh,
be interesting to see if the matches fall the new map, and I think it'll be a great opportunity for all of us to learn how these teams have adopted in their approach to what is meta with the new map and new patch and item changes.
yeah, that is for sure. Because as far as I know, there's going to be a lot of changes. No longer will you have the Drake being summoned in any lane of your choosing. You're going to have I don't know what they call it, but it's this giant dragon thing going down the middle. Then the Sentinel pit also gets moved towards the Slayer lane. That becomes more of a Slayer lane objective early game. And I don't think you're going to see the I guess, you know, one team picking up both objectives anymore. It'll be one apiece. So definitely interesting. What are you looking forward to in the new patch?
Well, I'm hoping that the adjustments that rolled out this summer to the Asia servers for the items will go live as well. People call it the mage meta with the nerf to some of the magic defense items. So it'll be, I think it'll be a shift from the meta over the past seasons.
That's going to be exciting.
What
It means more bans in the middle lane and more OP mage picks coming out for our teams
That's
here.
right, and ranked games have 6 bans now instead of 4, so 3 for each team. So it'll help to counter some of the strong OP heroes so we get more bans.
Well, there you have it, folks. Welcome to the new patch very soon. I'll say it here now a little bit early. But we're definitely looking forward to it, as we are looking forward to another 2 days of matches here. Gonna be October 4th, so that's tomorrow, and October 5th. I don't think Snopey and I will be commentating those ones, but if you log on to Facebook, if you log on to Chaochi or to Bosu, we will have streams up and running for you to enjoy. One's going to be in Vietnamese and the other 2 are going to be in Chinese. You should be able to enjoy them as well. You'll see Team R, Team XY, Team Xinxing, and TBK. They fight for the other 2 semi-final matches. Alright, do you have anything else you would like to let the audience know, Snopey?
Nothing incremental from my side. It was fun.
It's certainly a fun time casting with you, Snopey.